It's a sterile-looking hallway with art of dinosaurs all the walls, and in front of you are 6 large tubes, 3 on each side of the hallway. The tubes have what look like dinosaurs inside of them, suspended in some sort of fluid that seems to have kept them preserved. They vary in age, some looking like babies and others are fully grown.
6 tubes?
Yeah, just lining this hallway as almost as if they're display.
Are the eyes closed?
Yeah, the eyes are all... They don't look like they're alive, let's put it that way. They're preserved.
Good.
Yeah, they're just kind of, what's it called? Pickled.
That's what I was gonna say.
Pickled dino.
No!
And Annie's just like, what the fuck is this? And Cam and Stella are just not talking, but they're like arm around each other kind of thing.
So they didn't. Nobody learned from Jurassic Park.
It's because Jurassic Park isn't real, Chad!
But now it is.
Maybe Jurassic Park was inspired by this place.
They tried if they could and didn't stop to think if they should.
Man, I love that movie still. I know everything that bad happened today, but like that's still a great movie.
Why are we stuck on inspiration right now? No. Oh my god. We're gonna die.
Because clearly we need a helicopter. And we can
We're
fly
underground.
away.
Chad, we're underground.
Yeah, and it might have an underground launch pad. That you just, you know.
That's okay. All right, I'm just gonna start walking. I'm gonna start walking
Okay.
and not look at these things in the walls because, like, fuck that. I'm done with that.
There's just a door at the end of the hallway. Do you just go through it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to leave. I'm done. I'm done with this place.
Doors are motion activated and work just fine. They open
hate
up to
that.
reveal what looks like a reception hall. The entrance hall opens up to a very large reception area with quite a view, or possibly had quite a view before whatever happened here happened. It's a 2-floor room with a nice staircase balcony that leads into a large hallway, and you can see tropical containment glass cages. At one point they must have looked amazing to see, but now are almost mostly empty or destroyed. Each tank has a plaque saying what was contained inside of it. To the north and south, near the dual staircases, are doors that seem to lead to laboratories. Down the hall past the containment tanks is a door with a label you can't read from this distance due to how far away it is. You're coming to the realization that this secret lab is bigger than the house, about 3 times the size of the house.
So that doorway that we can't read, I would like to pop up my camera and just zoom that fucker in real good.
Oh, sure.
Get that digital zoom on there.
It says aviary.
Terrible.
I'd
Bad.
like to point
Bad.
out that you all gave me weird looks when I said, "What if the garage goes underground and there's shit under here?" And look at this.
We weren't in the garage.
Yeah, and he just goes, technically the garage doesn't go down here.
But I still knew something was under here.
I think Steve said something about a secret underground lab at one point, so I think he beat you.
Well, he
Why would Steve? Why? How would Steve know that?
Dinosaurs are in the
I don't know.
center.
He
But
says
clearly,
shit, and it just happens sometimes, okay? I'm starting to become a Bestever, is what
Ozzy's
we've
walking.
been...
I'm dead.
you said the
No,
dinosaurs are in the
just-
center of the earth, and we're barely...
Ozzy and I are walking away.
Clearly, he was way off. He thought they were way further down. They're right here.
But I was right about the aliens.
I'm starting to not become a Bestever.
You'll come around. Let's go.
I want to look at all the dinosaurs that they had listed.
Okay. So on the north side, the first one on the north is a Lophistropheus, which the containment area, like you look in and there's nothing in there. So whatever that was escaped. The second one is like a pitch black containment area. It says Deinonychus. And as you're reading it, something just right up against the glass. And it's like looking at you really intently, and then it backs off slowly as it leaves scratch marks on the glass. And it backs off into the darkness, and then you see the lights kind of flicker, and it's standing over a bunch of corpses of things that look just like it, and its mouth is just like covered in blood, and it's like this scary, weird, like almost completely black dinosaur with like white stripes going from its eyes down all the way its back, and it's just staring at you like Hannibal Lecter. Like the thing is just kind of like, just like it's pissed and it wants to get out of here, but it is apparently stuck in this room. And just kind of watches you. Every single time the light flickers, it looks like it doesn't break its gaze on you, but it's just kind of like,
God, I hate it.
it's pissed. And if you keep going,
Yeah.
the next one that you read says Truodon, and then
As
the
opposed to a
south wall.
falsedon.
What?
As opposed to a falsedon.
It's a false. You're all having like a great time. Only Chad thinks this is amazing, and Annie maybe too. The south wall first cage reads Therizinosaurus. Second cage reads Oviraptors. Again, you don't see any. What you see in that cage are a bunch of hatched eggs. And then the third cage is the largest cage, and it reads Carcharodontosaurus. You aren't entirely too sure. Well, I don't know if you know what that. If you just naturally know what that is, you can go ahead and tell everyone. But if you don't, you do notice it is the biggest of the cages. And when you look into it, it looks like whatever was in here broke down the wall that leads to the aviary. So like, it's that way somewhere, and it broke the whole wall down to the aviary.
It's the big one.
Does
Probably
it-
the big one.
I was gonna say, does it seem to be does the hole seem to be the size of the one we saw?
You know,
Yeah?
60 feet tall and super strong.
Mm-hmm.
In a way, I guess.
And there's nothing else here, or
As far as the dinosaurs go, there's the laboratories. But as far as what's in the cages go, nothing else in the cages. Just the scary looking horrible Deinonychus, and then nothing else. Everything seems to have left this place.
Ezra wasn't really well, not concerned is not the right word. Was not too bothered to go and look at the cages of dinosaurs that probably weren't going to be in there, and would have gone to one of the labs first.
Okay.
Yeah.
You open the door to the North Labs,
Yeah.
and they're a bloodbath. Imagine a dentist's office with rows of little rooms for experimentation, but no real walls separating anything. But also imagine that there are rotted carcasses, and none of them remain in one piece. Dried dark red blood and red footprints lead from the open doorways of the containment cells. The computers still seem to be working just like how the door locks did. And I want to say you're in the South Lab.
The computers work.
We're in the South Lab, not the North Lab.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to those computers then that are working.
Alrighty. Would you like to use any skills?
Humanities. Well, I don't have. I'm unfortunately low on all of my skills besides general skills. So
You can have somebody else do it too. Like you try to log into the computer and it's just like
So they're not, like, the computers aren't doing anything? Are they just on, or?
They're on, yeah. They're not necessarily like there's a whole bunch of stuff on them. You could probably take a look for a bit if you wanted to see if there's any information or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. You get. Okay. Are you going to use? I'll just.
I have
give
no
you-
skills, but I do know how to run a computer.
Yeah.
At least.
So you find two things that immediately stand out, and I'm going to send this privately in Discord, and you can read it out loud to the class. This is the first thing you find.
Alpha batch is growing at a nice rate, although there are some clear fixes to the batch we need to make now that we see them in the adult stages. The lofts in particular look rather grisly, and the theres are carnivorous. They should be herbivores. The dyes tend to be cannibalistic, which isn't good for stock. The biggest flaw is the severe nocturnal issue. All of the alpha batch tends to go comatose in the daytime, which won't make for a very exciting theme park. They did it. We may also want to find out how to remove some of the more bird-like qualities of the specimens. I'm sure customers won't enjoy the lofts mimicking them like lyrebirds, and the oviraptors needing to be hatched via other eggs like the brown-headed cowbird is a hard liability, as it usually requires ostrich shock to go through as the babies eat the host parents. What? It was fascinating to see the evolutionary ancestry we hadn't considered before, but ultimately they cost too much and may be too upsetting for the customer. Work on large-scale dinosaurs paid off. The cats and the car both grew accurately to predictions and are ready to sell. The cat's defect were that it's too heavy to fly, or it's too heavy to fly, and it's good for customers. Results look promising for beta batch to be more successful. Site B reports good genetics and improvements. There's a Site B.
And then the other thing you get
Balls.
is this, which is much shorter. You're like searching through emails and you find this one.
To staff all from Terry Wallstead. I know that name.
You know Wallstead because it's a cameo I put in everything. It's not the same Wallstead.
No, that's fine. Dear IT, or it has now been 3 months since the door lock issue has been brought up with no action. It's almost as if safety is not a priority for Louis Leviathan's LLC. More money spent on a roller coaster for the park than a door lock system that keeps the scientists safe. If you need a reminder, the doors are supposed to lock at night, not unlock. The Alpha batch currently has a severe nocturnal issue, meaning they are active at night. The auto door locks are supposed to be for our safety, so if the Alphas escape, they won't get far. Instead, we are currently handing them the keys to the kingdom. Fix this, or I quit this death trap in the making, Terry.
That is immediately followed 2 days later by a resignation letter by Terry Wallstead.
Amazing.
First off,
Good job, Terry.
IT doesn't handle door locks.
Well,
that was
you
their
know.
first mistake. And yeah, that's what you find in the lab. Also, right next to you, when you're like moving the mouse, you hit something, and you notice it's a key card that says aviary on it.
I pick it up and I put it in my pocket. I had it in my pocket. Great.
Did you read that out loud, or?
Yeah, I would have read it out
I want to
loud,
say
sure.
anybody that was in the lab, yeah, you all read it
Yeah.
together or whatever.
I would've read
Who's
it
in
out-
the
I would've
lab?
read it out loud.
I'm definitely in the lab.
Yeah.
Oh, I am.
Me, yeah.
I was admiring the dinosaur cage.
Chad's the only one down in dinosaur hell.
So, I had an idea, but after that last email, it is no longer an idea. I was going to say, dinosaurs go to bed in the morning, so we just until dawn, this motherfucker, and we can be fine. However, all the
All the
doors lock
doors
in the
will lock.
morning,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
so we'll be fucked if we wait until the morning. So, yeah.
There's only one door between us and the outside right now, and that's the door to the gallery.
which
if we
is
can
knocked
somehow-
down.
Which they knocked down. So
That's
we're
true.
fine. Unless this elevator doesn't work.
Does the elevator have one of the fancy pants keypads that the rest of the doors had?
It probably does. You'd have to walk back there to get to it.
Now
It's
just
safe
because
to assume yes. Let's put it that way.
We had to use a key card to open the elevator door.
Yeah.
But that was a specific key card. So even if it's locked, the key card should still work. Because like all these doors, when they're
Yes.
unlocked, just means you don't need any card. So I think we're good. If we can wait, if we can be safe until day, we can get out.
Maybe.
Oh. While you're sitting on the computer, would you like a map of the labs?
Yes. Yes, please. I would love one.
This
Thank
might
you.
change everything you're talking about. Oh
Give-
wait, no, I don't want to send this just to Maria. I want to put this in like the main thing. Hold on a sec.
Also, Ty did share the best picture, which is a T-Rex with the words, "Some days I just feel like a Tyrannosaurus Rex." And it made me giggle a whole lot. Underground docks, you say?
I do.
Speedboat.
Hmm.
So we're in the southern lab.
Yeah.
Yes, currently you're in the southern lab.
So this is the one where the wall was just knocked. No, the wall into the aviary was knocked down.
The
Into the
wall
aviary.
between the Carcharodontosaurus and the
Yeah.
aviary has been destroyed. But the
In
lab is
case
fine.
anyone ever wanted to know how to spell these.
Yeah.
Quick question. Do any of those emails mention swimming dinosaurs, because I know those. I've seen Jurassic World. I know those exist.
I know in my heart of hearts.
Yes.
Annie just grips Bernard's
We know in
arm.
my heart of the cards.
And no.
I feel like the docs are promising.
Yeah, I definitely like point at this like map.
Almost like the garage. I mean, there was no water around here, so I'm not sure where this is taking us, unless it's just some sort of underground river, in which case we still don't know where it's taking us. Probably to Site B, if I had to guess. Which is not where I want to go.
Does the computer have internet, Ethernet, Wi-Fi, something?
Something.
Great.
It technically has an internal network, but if you used
That.
computer science on it, I guess. But like, yeah, you wouldn't be able to access the outside secrecy, all that stuff.
Is there a map of the area?
Of the area, I
Like
want to say
a topographical map.
Yeah, I want to say that there's a topographical map. You
Okay.
can see where the like. I want to say maybe more so an emergency plan, or yeah. You know what? How about this? There's a lot more information about a lot of things. If you have questions, you can probably ask and search for something to find it. But as far as a topographical map, you can see that the underground docks are part of a network of underground. It's like a network, not a network. It's just an underground river that leads to the coastline. It's
Okay.
the main way that most people get in and out of here.
You said something about an emergency plan?
Yeah, I was gonna say that just tells people to leave via the underground docks and stuff, but it's also usually how people get in and out of here. However, people come by helicopter sometimes. But yeah, it does mention that a lot of the stuff in the house is just there for show. It's usually used as the break room for most of the scientists, but also just to kind of like show off to potential buyers and everything like that, or just throw off the scent that there's anything going on here. And that's what that is.
Well, maybe we should just go then.
I think that's a good plan. That's a great plan.
Yep. I'm on board with just going.
Steve, I forgot you were here. Great, cool, awesome. Yep, we should go. Yep.
Been here all along.
Annie, Stella, and Cameron just go, who else is she gonna forget was here? Where's Frank? Oh, Frankie's dead as hell. I'm sorry, Chad.
Morning.
Chad's also still. Chad never followed, so he's just wandering.
The Chad's down by close to where the aviary is.
Chad,
So-
you see, you look at the Deinonychus tank again. Where is it?
No.
Oh,
The lights are still flashing in there, but it's not there anymore.
oh, no.
Nope.
I'm gonna walk to the south lab and just, guys, you're not gonna believe this.
Yeah, there's a dock down here. I guess you were kind of right.
Yeah, but this isn't good news. There's a dinosaur loose.
There are
Down
several
here.
dinosaurs loose.
Yeah,
No,
we
down
know,
here.
Chad.
Yeah, we know.
Down here. It's down here with us.
Oh.
What?
Which
What?
one?
There was one that never got out. I think it just remembered it was late to the party. It's out.
Okay, well, we should go then. I have the key to the aviary.
It's
The aviary's over
It's
there.
fine.
We just gotta go. We just gotta, like I keep saying, we just gotta go. And
Okay.
I just go.
Yep.
I don't. I just go. I'm
Ozzy's
done.
running. Like
Don't
I'm-
know
I'm
the
also
giant
running.
This walking shit.
I have the key. I'm
What about
running.
The giant one that broke the wall?
What about it?
Isn't it in there?
Yeah,
You can't really
it's in
see
the-
from this angle.
Yeah,
Presumably-
I'm asking the. It's probably in there.
Almost certainly.
Yeah, and we can run really fast.
Compared to, I say we hunker down in this room, because as far as we can tell, this room is safe. We wait until morning, they go to sleep, we leave.
Do you see all the blood everywhere?
We thought this whole house
Oh,
was
yeah.
safe.
Oh yeah. I might be keen to mention that the doors down here are also motion activated, so you don't even have to try to open them.
That's
They just
so
kind of
amazing.
open.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
They
That
just
was a
seemingly
design.
open for like no reason.
So we.
That was a
should
design flaw.
Yeah, this is terrible
Go.
design flaw.
So we are fucked
All
if we
right.
stayed and
Yep.
and fucked if we try to go. So we should at least try to go.
All right, I'm out.
Okay, great, good, great. I'm just running. Ozzy and I. Ozzy was running.
Yeah.
Now I'm running. We're running. I have the key. I'm ready. I'm
You
ready
get
to
to the
run
door
and
of
gun.
the aviary with seemingly no trouble.
Great. I shrunk.
I'm ready with the skillet.
Yeah, just watching the hallway, just an empty hallway with like all these glass containments and stuff
Wait,
like that.
Steve, do you still have that giant flashlight? The mag light?
I give it to Chad.
Chad, can I have that?
Okay. Here you go.
Excellent. I'm gonna have it, but my intention is you can absolutely beam someone's head in with one of those mag lights. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Do you still have my plunger?
I have the stick of your plunger.
Give me.
I trade.
Chad, can you make me a spear real quick?
It's a
Start
tiny
whittling
spear,
with the-
more like a
the
dagger.
meat cleaver.
Perfect, I'll take it. As long as it's pokey.
So you enter into what looks like an aviary, which usually has a glass tunnel that leads to the end of it. That would lead to what you can see is the underground docks. You can see that it's the underground docks. Well, you can see it's the underground docks for two reasons. One, the walkway has been completely destroyed and is like leading down into the aviary floor. Two, the wall of the aviary that leads to the docks has been completely destroyed, but it's up a little bit, so you have to climb a little bit to get to it.
Climbing.
We go up the way we came down. Full fucking circle, baby.
Oh Lord.
Well,
If we run really fast.
I'm with Ozzy on this one, and I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go for it.
I follow. I follow.
Nation would have been great, and then runs.
As you start to run into, there's basically like a tropical forest on the floor of the aviary that you have to kind of go through. And like, yeah, the walkway kind of leads down on like almost a ramp now because it's been destroyed by what, you might wonder. Well, I'm about to tell you. So this gigantic dinosaur like kind of like sits up as you get down onto the floor, and it's imagine, if you will, a Tyrannosaurus Rex. With longer arms, pitch black body, with like these kind of crests that go outwards like this a little bit, like horizontally off of its head. Not too far, not like a hammerhead shark or anything, but just like it's got like a cool head crest going on. And the thing immediately roars as it sees you, and it starts to run towards you. The
That's
thing
what
is about the
T-Rexes
size of the
needed.
house. Yeah.
The T-Rexes absolutely needed longer arms. That's what they needed. Yeah, for sure.
So that is the Carcharodontosaurus, which you were warned about, but you don't know enough about dinosaurs to save you. So it is immediately set its sights on Steve and starts to run towards him.
Chad flat out said it's in there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what's the plan here?
Dying
is
and
currently
waking
running.
I
up
told
in
you
my.
so.
I told you so. Well, first of all, Steve, since you're running, give me a flee check.
Yes, I shall.
I want to leave and never come back.
Fleeing, you say? This seems like a good opportunity to use 3 points.
That was a great idea to use 3 points because you passed. I want to say you narrowly dodged this thing because it kind of had to stand up for a bit, so you were already running for a good click of time. You get all the way to the other end, and you manage to find some debris of the walkway to kind of hide behind, and the thing's trying to jam its nose to get you, but you're deep enough in there that it could just, like, barely get you. Kind of like the waterfall scene from Jurassic Park 2. Like, its nose can sniff you and get really close, but it doesn't have enough room to move its mouth open to kind of snatch at you or anything. But it is thoroughly, like, distracted by Steve, who is now basically where you sort of need to be to start climbing up.
Can I attempt to... why did I take flattery? Why did I think that'd be useful? What do I have?
You can try your
with
best.
the dinos.
I don't know. I guess athletics. I want to stick my pointy stick in its mouth. Like,
Oh yeah, you can try that. You don't even have to roll. Let's say you did it,
Okay.
and it kind of distracts it enough that it like kind of rears back, and like shakes its head and everything. But what does everyone else do while this is happening?
Take this opportunity to run.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
feel like if we all run at the same time, it cannot catch all of us, so we should go.
So Annie just kind of grips Bernard's arm a little stronger, just like,
Yeah, I mean, I'll start running. This place is pretty big, right?
Yeah, I want to say not the size of a football field, maybe half of a football field. Decently big.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, still pretty big, but not as big of a football field. So,
Chad can run that.
but there's also stuff in the way that you can hide behind, like trees and debris and stuff like that. Parkour.
As I'm running, I'm gonna run towards with everyone else. I'm gonna try to imitate a roar using my impersonate skill.
Oh, okay. Annie stays behind for this. Go ahead and are you using points?
Yeah, I'll use both
That's
my points.
just a normal skill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you I don't know if you have like any sort of like instruments on you. That you
I got
can
my
kind of-
ukulele and my harmonica.
I mean, yeah, you could probably like make a shrill like kind of sound that almost sounds like one of the weird mimicky dinosaurs when it wasn't making, you know, your sounds, it was making its own bird sounds. You kind of like strike a chord like the almost like a violin in a way, where you just kind of like sharply make a sound with it a couple of times, and it like distracts it enough, and then it sees you, whoop, like almost auto locks on you, roars, and then starts to run towards you. Now give me a flee check.
Yeah.
Now run.
Yeah, that's fair. All right.
While you do
points.
that, Dave, you know that ukuleles don't have steel strings, right?
No, I like to imagine that the string broke when he did that, but it still made like enough of a sound, I guess. But
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
No,
I just wanted to make sure
it was
that
a
you knew
one-time
how a
impersonation.
ukulele
I needed to make the impersonation thing work. Okay.
Okay, I got it. I support you.
I tried my
We're
best.
reaching.
I just wanted to make sure you, real life Dave, knew what a ukulele string was like.
Brett would have been proud. Too bad Brett's been dead forever.
I did use 3 points, so I got a 4.
You got a 4. Okay, yeah. So you managed to get under more debris. The car like steps on the debris you're on, kind of like in Jurassic Park when it steps on the car and it's like trying to bite around its foot and stuff to get at you, but it's like slowly pushing this debris into the dirt, but you have enough room that it's like not crushing you or anything, but you're just like under this thing, and Steve's now against the wall, and you're kind of a little bit towards the north end, but not so far that you have to divert terribly far. And that's the situation we're in. This thing keeps just jumping from distraction to distraction.
I'm run.
You're running.
I run away from that and towards where I need to go.
Yeah, I still got eyes on the prize.
Give me. Is there a stealth thing in here?
I didn't see anything like that.
There's
Let's do
infiltration.
Yeah. Do infiltration to see if you can get by without distracting the thing.
I'm using 3 points
All of
because
us?
I've got a lot of infiltration.
Using both of my points.
It's a 6.
Yeah, so you managed to get to where Steve is.
Okay.
Almost no problem. The thing is super distracted by Ty, or Bernard. Ty, who's now in the game and could die in real life.
Hate to see it, but
I got 7.
You get 7. Annie just grabs you before you go, and Annie just goes, "Could you carry me on your back? I can't run in this dress."
why did she go hiking?
She has like a skirt, like a long skirt, not really a dress, but
Where did she go hike?
Not everyone was prepared, okay? Like,
we all came for different
Let's
reasons.
move past that. Let's go.
Without hesitation, I fireman carrier.
I was expecting piggyback, but that's fine too. Yeah, so you're just like, ah! And she screams a little bit, but the thing doesn't hear her because she screams at the same time as it roaring and everything like that. And Ozzy,
5.
you got a 5. You managed to get to where Steve is too. Stella and Cameron start to run, but then Stella trips.
Of course she does.
Now let's see what happens.
Goodbye.
All right. So she trips and kind of yells when she does. The car turns around, sees Stella, and it starts to charge. And then after a moment, it opens its mouth, and Cameron pushes Stella out of the way and just gets completely picked off by this thing. And Stella just watches as her boyfriend just gets eaten by this giant monster. And she doesn't have time to really respond too much. She gets back up and starts running, and she makes it to all of you. Bernard, you now also have an opening. Give me infiltration.
What do you want?
Infiltration. It's a general ability.
All right.
You gotta roll for it.
Pull that up.
I'll see how you do it.
I got 1 point of infiltration. I'm gonna spend that 1 point. All right, 5 with my point.
All right, so everybody is kind of there. You see Cameron, the thing is just whipping its head around, slamming Cameron on the floor and everything like that. It is thoroughly distracted. So, and Stella's crying her ass off and everything like that. But you're all able to make it up to the docks.
Is there a boat?
There's one boat all the way at the end of the dock.
Oh my fucking god.
But clearly the car wouldn't be able to get out of this room if it could, considering it's still in the aviary.
Clearly, that's the biggest threat right now in this, that's for sure.
Clearly, you are safe for now. Clearly.
I don't believe anything you ever say
You never
ever
should.
again, Dave.
Oh, yeah, wait, I gotta cross off Cameron. Probably cross off this little heart that I put between Stella and Cameron, too.
She's gonna need someone.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Steve.
I didn't mean for me, but
You didn't use any of your flattery yet.
Yeah, that's right.
I also have flirting. I never used it.
Oh my god, y'all!
Somebody said they left one boat. It's not that they left one boat, it's that not enough people survived to use the last boat. There's a very important distinction. But yeah, so you're now in this cave. Imagine this large cave. You can almost see light at the end of it as the sea, you can smell the sea from it and everything like that. It's kind of a long shot to the sea, but you can see the light coming from outside. It's moonlight, of course, because it's still nighttime. Yeah, you see one dock at the very end or one boat at the end of the dock.
I run to the boat. I'm arm around Ozzy, trying to continue.
Yeah.
And Stella's also got her arm around Ozzy because
Stella's crying and Ozzy's just shut the fuck up. We gotta get out of here.
fuck up, Stella. Shut the fuck up.
Time and place, Stella.
Annie gets off of Chad's shoulder and starts running, grabs Bernard's hand. And you get about a third of the way in. And the car, still hungry, finally seeing good food for the first time in a long while, finds the will in the way to make it up into the dock. So
of course you do.
You're running for a second, then all of a sudden behind you hear this really loud roar as it just stands there and everything, and it starts to run towards you.
It's like a motorboat situation.
Everybody give
It's a rowboat.
me a flea
It's a paddle
check.
boat, actually.
Please.
Everybody give me one more flea check.
I will use the rest
Flea.
of my flea.
I'm going to use 3 points of
I will
flee.
also use. I'll use 2 points.
I'm gonna use 4.
Damn, I rolled a 6, so I got a 9. I played so good.
You got the one.
I got
got
a
a
3,
9 as
technically.
well.
I used 2
Oh my god! Ozzy and I are surviving.
I got a. Why don't I say 2? I got an 8.
Jesus.
Steve, what'd you get?
I'm spending 1 point. Oh, okay.
Oh, there you go. So you're all running. The car is getting closer and closer. You can almost smell its breath. Its breath that smells a little bit like blood and Cameron. roars, and then right as it's about to get you, thing gets knocked off of its ass, falls backwards, rolls over a couple of times as the Quetzalcoatlus that was outside lands right behind both of you and just roars at it. And so behind you, as you're getting onto this boat, is a gigantic monster battle. Yeah, between this Quetzalcoatlus, which is this weird flying pterosaur that's the size of like a 2-story building, maybe even a 3-story building, and take a picture, and this T-Rex-like gigantic Carcharodontosaurus. There's roars that are echoing through the cave. They almost like cause you to like, you're almost like passing out because of how powerful these roars are and stuff like that. As this fight happens behind you, you get in the boat. Who's driving? Are you gonna roll for it?
Yeah.
I have a point in driving. I guess I'm driving.
No, I'm driving. I'm driving.
Okay.
I just had to pull up my character sheet. I'll spend 2 points.
Yo.
Oh my god, someone knows how to
Make it
drive.
sense.
Take that
Nice.
point.
It takes a second. You're worried. They're starting to kind of like fight and roll closer towards the dock and everything, and then and you get the boat started, and you pull out as fast as you can, and you just follow that light into the dawn as the sun starts to come up on one side, and yeah, now you're close to open water now, and he's just like looking back, just like.
Did everyone make it? I mean, of us that
Everyone gives you the fucking stink eye.
Did everybody get on the boat that made it as far as the boat?
Yeah.
Oh, Stella is just like 1,000-yard stare staring at her feet.
Ezra, did you get any pictures of this?
Yeah, Steve. Yeah, I did.
Can I see?
Peter, Steve, you're driving a boat.
What if? But what if you look back at your photos and there were ghosts?
Exactly.
Oh my god. If
We
there's
already know that
ghosts.
we have a picture of one.
Annie's like firmly latched on to Bernard, almost asleep.
Aw.
Use my point of reassurance.
Roll for it.
Alright.
I don't even think, is that even one you have to roll for?
No, but I want to.
Oh, okay. You 2.
I got a 1. I got a 2.
He gives you 2. There.
Yeah.
Pat.
At her head. Pat.
She just leans over to Bernard and is like, it's now a weird time to say that I've always had a crush on you.
Yeah, it is.
I thought so too. I'm sorry, man.
That's alright. Maybe we'll talk in the morning and I'll just kind of pat her head weirdly as she falls asleep.
There.
There. At least we can all take solace in the fact that Brett is finally dead.
Brett died so quickly and fast, he didn't even know dinosaurs were a thing.
He was the lucky one who
Yeah.
didn't know the dinosaurs were real.
Yeah, and Stella, who else is alive? That's it. Stella
That's
and Annie.
all the
That's all I got.
NPCs.
So
That's all
anybody
you
else
got.
wants an ending moment as you pull out into the ocean, the sun's starting to come up. You can
I do
still hear the
wanna-
roars, but they're further now.
I do want to see Ezra's pictures at some point in the boat ride.
You're driving.
I could take over for a minute.
Yeah, let me see what you got.
All right. I pull over my camera and I flick through the pictures that I've taken. One of them is just a very blurry blur of a Tesla.
Yeah, wait. Okay, so give me a roll and use photography points.
I'm going to use all 3 of them because why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Hiya! Rolled a 6. It's a 9.
Hell yeah, you took really great photos. What'd you take pictures of? Tell us.
Well, I took a picture of the Big Bird.
Big-
A couple of those of Big Bird. And then I took a picture of Steve when he was standing very badly in the library, and I took a couple of flash pic.
You mean Scotty? Scotty in the library.
Scotty, sorry, no, Steve is here.
With the light, with the
Yeah.
flash from your camera, you actually see the thing holding him up too. That there's Inosaurus.
I hate that so much. There was one of the ones in the hallway that I took a picture of. A really bad Tesla picture.
The one in the hallway, now that you have time to look at it, Chad probably nerds out over it, is called a Lophostrophius.
A loaf of bread.
Loaf of
And then
bread.
the 12-foot tall one that stuck its head out of the upstairs.
That's a Quetzalcoatlus, yeah.
Yeah. And then a lot of pictures of the building. Like a lot of pictures of the building, because I took a bunch of pictures before we even started this bad time that happened.
I would like to subtly delete all but one blurry dino picture.
I'm not like giving you my
Oh, you're
kid.
not? Well,
It's
okay,
a
I thought I was
show.
thinking it at some point.
I guess that was a smart move to not give it to her. Why would
I
you?
just wanted to like hold it and look through them at some point. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Okay,
Like,
you know what? No, I
Silas.
think I would give you the camera. I mean,
All right.
I don't.
Would you call this filching, Dave, to delete some pictures?
Yeah, you can roll for that.
All right, cool. I'll spend 8 points because I have them.
You can only spend a max of 3 points per roll, y'all.
All right, I'll spend 3 then. 9.
Got a 9. Why
And I'll-
did you do?
I'll turn it off and hand it back to her because I know that the world isn't ready.
You were gonna add this to your conspiracy website? You know the one. Go ahead. Tell us the name of the conspiracy website, Steve. Go ahead.
You mean the one that I go on to found based off this experience and the one blurry picture I kept?
Yep. The
That would be fuckdinosaurs.gov.
It's ohfuckdinosaurs.gov. Yeah, that's right. I made it fucking work, you dumb asshole. That's fantastic. I like that. Completely unprovoked, you made a conspiracy theorist character not knowing you were going into this scenario that I said that something you named in a previous thing we did was going to show up in, and it all worked out in the end.
Lovely.
What? Anybody else for ending moments?
Jan's gonna stare off back to where they left and, say one last goodbye to Frankie and Brad, and then be sad that his Yeti cooler got left behind with all the beer.
There is a beer on the boat because it's kind of a more luxury boat. Because this was supposed to be how they
There's
got
just
people
one
into the
beer.
lab.
He's gonna crack it open and
Super extra fermented.
and cheers that
super
way.
skunk beer.
Slam it.
I just sit by Ozzy after Steve takes my camera for a bit, and just like sit there for a bit and just pat their hand.
I think Ozzy like keeps looking at Sella and then looking away, and like you can tell there's a lot going on in their head, and finally he just says, I was a shitty partner.
What?
To Ezra, not to Sella.
Oh. Stella's just staring.
I was a real piece of shit. And I'm sorry.
Ezra just kind of nods and doesn't say anything, and just kind of just squeezes your hand and doesn't let go.
Alrighty. And we drive the boat out into sea. Eventually you find a shore. Obviously you get off of it. You make your way. I don't know. I want to say maybe after a bit you get like cell reception and you get picked up by Coast Guard or something like that. Then we, fade to black for the credits. And after the credits, you fade back in. And you see the boat and you see Deinonychus tracks leading from the boat into the forest. Where did the one that got away go?
On
He was on the boat the whole time.
Oh God.
And that was The House in the Valley. Part
you.
1 of Dave Bruno's Dinosaurs, which is a mini campaign I'm eventually going to run. But I'm never going to tell you when any of the scenarios come up. It's just gonna happen.
Cyberpunk Chapter 4.
That was Cyberpunk Chapter 4.
Wow, Dave. Wow.
Y'all have fun.
I have fun.
Fun.
I originally intended Chad to have a lot more smarter moments.
Then that didn't
Well.
happen.
That's the unfortunate thing when you go into this game with also a Brad and also a Frankie.
With that, I guess we could do outros. I'll go last because I guess I'll go second last. I
No,
guess,
you can go last. You can go last, and then
Yeah.
I'll just piggyback off of you for your recording's sake.
Okay.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
There you go.
My name is James. I played Steve Stones. I'm very surprised we all got out of that alive. The important ones, anyway. You can find my TTRPG stuff at Society Goblin on Twitter or at goblinsociety.com. I'll throw it to Maria.
Oh my gosh,
Never mind.
I'm
Are
going
you going now?
last. No. Eli, it's your birthday.
All right.
Tell us about you.
Okay, cool. Hi, I'm Eli. I've been playing Mythos. You can find me on Twitter at Reliable Elliot, where I post about everything that I do. Specifically, this Wednesday, you can catch the finale of No Peace and Death over on Friends Who Rolled Dice.
It's so
gonna
good, yeah.
be
It's
gonna be great. The players are fine. If they tell you otherwise, they're lying to you. Don't worry about it. Outside of that, I also do run professional games over on startplayinggames.com. I run mostly PBTA stuff. I am working on a Fear Itself thing that will be out very soon. So if you're interested in that stuff, follow me on Twitter and you will see when I post listings. But yeah, that's pretty much me. Ty?
Ty. You can find me at Fallen Brawler on Twitter. You can find me here at Mythos Mystery Society. I played Bernard Armister tonight. I think the next thing I've got going, we're starting a Root game, season of Root here on Mythos Mystery Society. Coming up pretty soon.
Have we been doing favorite moments?
We haven't.
No.
Throw back to favorite moments. I'll
Okay.
just go in order. Steve, Eli, and then...
Sure. Okay, Steve.
Oh, I don't know. I think the first appearance of the dinos, when we all finally realized that this was, in fact, a dino game. when Brad disappeared, or Brett. Sorry, when Brett was snatched up.
They're both dead now, so it don't
Yeah.
matter.
Mine is probably a tie between Steve giving the "we should try to count" idea. That was
Very good.
like top tier. Would not have thought of that.
Didn't help, but it was
It
there.
worked
mean,
for Stella when you
worked once.
Yeah, it worked once. All it needed to work.
Yeah.
And then also Cam getting eaten and everyone's response being, "So she's single." That was something for sure.
That definitely happened. And then Ty, what's your
Oh, it's me. My favorite moment was the number thing was up there. The number thing was very good. All of us being in the storage room and just slowly bleeding and like not leaving, and everyone and Ozzy and Ezra being like, "What are you doing? Get out of this room!"
Those were the true duns, by the way. And then we'll throw it to Jason.
Yeah. Jason, I played Chad Buffton. I can be found as Takudler and appear in Maria's chat quite often, or otherwise streaming here for some when we did the game nights and on Mythos Mystery Society. And my favorite moment was probably just enjoying that we got the "oh fuck dinosaurs" to appear.
Dinosaurs.gov. Dinosaurs.
And then I guess it's me. Or Maria? Which one were we doing?
Let's be you. Let it be you. I'll do
Okay.
it, yeah.
As Dave, I was the GM. This was my homebrew. I wrote it all. This is all my fault. My favorite part was definitely the. No, I meant on your left, my right. And it turns out Brad accidentally led you to a Lopus Trophius. But as far as what I'm doing lately, you can find us at Mythos Mystery Society on YouTube, on Twitter, on Twitch, on podcast, on TikTok, literally anything. It's at Mystery Mythos on Twitter. And as far as the next thing goes, I think Cyberpunk might be my next thing, but I don't know when I'm gonna run it. I keep saying it, and it's gonna happen. It's either that or it's. But yeah, no, I believe that's the next thing I'll be running. But we'll see when it happens because I just start my new job tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. Yes, that is all me. So now I throw it over to Maria.
It's me. Hello, hi. It's me. If you're here, you probably have been here before. This is where I stream things. I'm streaming tomorrow, so you come play games with me tomorrow. I'm doing a lot of other things, which I've talked about on stream, but Wednesday night I'm going to be over on Only Play Wizards playing Abraxas' Precipice, which is the Expanse TTRPG. And then the schedule this week is a little bit strange as far as streaming goes because I have family visiting this weekend, so normal streaming is going to be a little bit different. So do follow me on Happy Capster everywhere so you can figure out what I'm doing, where I'm doing it, all of those things. I have a fancy, thing that you can find all my stuff here. Ta-da! You can find everybody else's socials also. Here's just a bunch of links you can click. Just click all of them and do everything on all of these links. This episode of For Yourself was brought to you by Schmuckies in partnership with the Caffeine Nation.
Schmuckies, it's prehistorical.
I do hate everything.
Pre-hysterical.
It's
there it is.
pretty hysterical.
I didn't fuck it up with the first try.
It did great.
Well,
Good night, everyone. Have a great night.
Good
Love
night.
yourselves.